transactions of rhino horn. I mean, it's when it's sold illegally, anywhere from 60, give or take, up to 200 or maybe a little more, 200,000 US dollar per kilogram. And a whole complete intact horn could be millions of dollars in this.
This is Folded Curiosity.
Here's the thing. At the end of the day, as we all know, money talks. That's just what it is. For conservation, everything, anywhere, policy, whatever it is, it's money talks. So yeah, I want these sharks to be here because like I'm into that and some people want that, but a lot of people just don't care. But if you can prove to local authorities or government or whatever, hey, like you're going to make more money. If you just let a bunch of fishermen destroy this or whatever it is, I'm not saying I'm anti-fisherman, we're going to, utilize resources around the world. But if we can do this intelligently and maybe get some more tourism, like you guys are actually, as a country, going to bring in more jobs and more money. And we're going to like protect this area, in some kind of a more effective way.
Yeah.
So like that combination of the economics business mind with the conservation, like that being a big initiative too, you can make big differences, big changes. And I was like, that guy's special, man. We need more people with that mindset because most people in my world's more the wild, the animal world and the conservation world. So I've got all these, people and their hearts bleed for these animals and they want to make a difference, but they're not always as good as like, how can we really like get others interested, AKA the authorities or the corporations or whatever. And this guy like had the best of both worlds. Because again, at the end of the day, with wildlife conservation, even what's the number? Why are we losing these animals? It all comes down to money. If it's rhino horn, people want the actual rhino horn, or they want the habitat. We lose habitat loss, or whatever it is. It always comes down to that.
That's a big. Have you seen? I mean, how long have you been basically? I don't want to call it a business, but how long have you been in your profession? I guess.
Yeah, no. I mean, I've been a vet since 2013. I graduated in May of 2013. So 11 and a half years almost. And then, but I've been, doing volunteer work, working with animals, since, during vet school, prior to vet school, obviously, but.
Have you seen a big change in, I don't know, the environment, or have you seen a big change in awareness of this, or have you seen any sort of shift in from your experience over this past decade?
Yeah. Both, good and bad. And like the biggest obvious thing would be like social media. And social media is, Facebook's been around since probably 10 years before I graduated, like say early 2000s, right? When we were, in college or something. It was just college kids. And then it started expanding to more people. That's been really good and really bad. Because it's been really good because a lot of great people are doing great work and they're raising awareness and spreading these messages and like informing people like, hey, like, consuming this product is really not great because it takes this, resource from this rainforest.
Right.
Or, hey, did you know that, the rhino horn is the most expensive commodity on the black market, or is the second most expensive pound for pound after illegally mined diamonds?
Is that true?
Yeah. It's when it's sold illegally, anywhere from 20 to 60,000 US dollar per kilogram within Africa. Mostly South Africa, but other African countries where they're native. And then transactions of rhino horn are anywhere from 60, give or take, up to 200 or maybe a little more, 200,000 US dollar per kilogram. So you think a rhino horn itself, it's really dense keratin, and a whole complete intact horn could be a couple kilograms, and we're talking millions of dollars in this thing.
Keratin, that's just what you're like. Yeah, that's like fingernails.
Same stuff. Yeah, it's slightly different in the makeup. Like it's not just one big fingernail. It is denser and harder, but it's primarily keratin. It actually has a little bit of melatonin in it, which I found interesting. But mostly it's mostly the same thing as hair, fingernails, chicken claws, the surface of turtle shells. Same. It's just keratin, just a common, organic thing in the animal world. But at the same time, there's big people with big influences, playing with, baby chimps or baby primates. And people see like, oh my God, that's so cute. Like I want one. That's so amazing. And so that drives illegal pet trade like crazy and like just completely skews perception and is actually a huge disservice to wildlife conservation. Like it's a big issue. There's papers on it showing like how this affects conservation, through what we see in social media. So to answer your question in short, that was a long-winded answer. To answer your question in short, the biggest thing I've seen where change was, from 2013 to 2024 is social media and its influence, for better or for worse, regarding wildlife. I mean, I hate to be a skeptic. I think overall, I worry that the overall impact might actually be worse. There's so much good, so I don't want to I don't want to, say, not give that the credit it deserves when there's people doing amazing things. But man, there's just so many big profiles and people that do stupid things.
Thanks for watching. If you like this segment, you can catch the full episode on my channel or just click below. And if you're listening on audio or Spotify, the full video's up now on YouTube.